You ready?
What are you talking about? Athlete, Nike. I was like, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a fan-made Nike commercial because I know they're going to see it, and then they're going to want to sign me in as an athlete, and then I'm going to be in commercials with LeBron and Serena. Like, they're like, Charlie, what is going on? I said, no, watch what I do. And I started calling around to all my like TV producer friends in Hollywood, and I was like telling them this, and they're like, Charlie, what are you
Charlie
talking
went
about?
off the deep end, man.
Like, that's what they think. He retired, and now he's a crazy, like, lunatic.
Yeah.
And I said, no, like I'm going to make a video. And they're like, Charlie, tell me about this video you want to make. I was like, well, it's going to have this like Hans Zimmer music that's going to make people real emotional. And then it's going to be my life story, and it's going to be very inspirational, and boom, boom, boom. And I'm telling them what I'm looking to do. They're like, Charlie, like, that's a real production. That's not a vlog.
Yeah.
Like what you want to make, Nike commercial, that's going to cost quite a bit of money.
Right.
You're going to have to hire several people.
Right.
I said, no, I won't. I said, there's somebody who can shoot, who can edit, who can score, who can make original music, who owns equipment, and can audio mix and master.
He's that guy for me. Yeah.
And they're like, Charlie, like, come on, you're going to spend a bunch of money for that. I was like, I don't have a bunch of money to spend.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was shooting me down. One morning, I wrote down in my notebook, I'm sitting on my couch. I'm living with roommates because I'm being frugal.
Mm-hmm.
Living with roommates, and I said, today is the day. I searched and found my videographer / editor. It's done, ! It's easy, ! That was the actual sentence. And at the bottom of the page, I said, it's already done. Time hasn't caught up yet. An hour later, my roommate, his name is Morgan. He's about the most boring human being on earth. He's like an accountant at Whole Foods or something. He walks in the front door, and behind him is a camera guy holding a big old Ronin Steadicam.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what are you doing with a camera guy? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
this is not normal for you.
Right.
I live with you. Like, you're not a celebrity. And then this guy who walks in, he talked funny, and like, I was like, so tell me about what you do. He's like, well, nobody ever pays me to do camera work. I just do it for free because nobody ever pays me. And it's like,
So what was he filming him for?
it was about for some Airbnb thing for Morgan's friend, Manny, who called Morgan. It's like, can they come over to the house? And it just series of events led this guy into my front door. And I'm thinking to myself, I just wrote down in my notebook that today's the day, and here's a cameraman, not very hopeful. He's not acting like a successful cameraman who could do what I want. But I said, you know what? Let me see your work. So I pull it up on the computer. He had a little short film. And I said, this is great. You shot this? He said, yeah, I shot it. I said, do you own your own equipment? He said, man, I'll be honest, man. I'm kind of like a hoarder. Like, I just take all the little money I make from my side jobs, buy camera equipment. I have anamorphic lenses. I have this camera, that camera, this camera, that camera, this Steadicam, this boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, what in the world? And I was like, okay, who edited this? Because a lot of times the person who shoots doesn't edit. He said, oh, I edited it too. I said, who made the music on this? He said, well, I've been in a rock band for about 15 years. I used to be on the Warped Tour, so I make music. And I said, who color graded this? He said, well, I taught myself DaVinci on YouTube. And I said, who mixed and mastered this audio? He said, well, I'm an audio engineer too. And I said, do you need a job? He said, bro, you have no idea. I've been applying to places like Hulu, and they always reject me. And I said, I'll give you a job. And we sat down at the counter, and which is a little burger restaurant. We had Impossible Burgers.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm going to be a Nike athlete. He said, how are you going to do that? I said, we're going to make a Nike commercial. We're going to tell my life story, and Nike's going to see it.
I saw it.
Appreciate it, man. That we filmed
Fire.
that for $350. Hans Zimmer music and everything. Like, he made all the strings himself, everything. We had a PVC pipe to make sure the camera was the same distance from me, and he was riding on a skateboard as we're running around LA. Like, so it was like this cool little like camera gag with the music and the footsteps that made the beat.
Right.
And we put it out, and I knew it was going to happen. Like, I knew I was going to be a Nike athlete. Like, I already knew. That's why I wasn't worried. Like,
So at what point did you learn how to eliminate doubt?
man, it
Not
really...
to say you eliminate it completely. I'm sure you experience it in certain elements, but you seem so...
No. I deal with
sold-
doubt all the time.
Yeah.
Like, the people who work with me know that I have my phases of being extremely doubtful, but I have extremes. I get extremely doubtful, and then I have extreme delusional optimism. And I go back and forth, and I always got to make sure, like, when I feel good, this is the key. When I feel good, like, I think unlimited. When I'm tired and like beat down, I think negatively.
Right.
So around this time, I was eating so healthy. I was eating high frequency foods. Like, you are what you eat. Everything I was eating was vibrating.
You might be. I might be a vegan after this.
So it's like if I eat a Cliff Bar, is that dead or alive?
It's dead.
It could sit on that shelf for like 3 years.
Yeah.
If I eat an orange, like if you were to put like a instrument to look at the energy coming off of it, it would be glowing.
Right.
Like, so that's what I was eating every day. I was eating high frequency food. So it's like my antenna was like far. It's like I had Verizon, and how I used to was like Boost Mobile. Like
pay to play. Yeah.
It's like I've got an antenna.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm connected. I started studying quantum
Interesting.
physics, and everything in this world is energy. And I'm just happen to connect to what I want because my antenna reaches further. And I'm like attracting, law of attraction, writing every day. Like, I'm going to be a Nike athlete. Then this dude walks in my front door. Like, I'm literally connected to where, like, the universe, God, all of the above, sent him through my front door to make this happen because I knew being a Nike athlete was a real possibility. I knew as a kid being an athlete was a real possibility. That vision wasn't given to me for no reason. The universe is putting all these little pieces in play to make this happen.
Yep.
We shoot this film. We put it out. It gets 1 million views. I didn't have that many followers. I had like 15,000 followers on Instagram.
I was gonna ask, did you have any type of tactics for growing it, or did it just grow? Did it just go on its own?
Yeah, I had a tactic. Touch people's hearts.
Yeah.
Forget.
I'm saying, as far as expanding reach, you just played.
It was one concept. If I touch people's hearts, I'll
sure.
break the algorithm.
For sure.
Forget all the hashtags. Let's just touch their heart. Let's be real. And I put it out. Nike calls me 3 days later.
3 days.
3 days.
Incredible. Didn't you put like insert Nike logo at the end?
Yeah, because it was like it was literally my manifestation.
Yeah.
Like
You,
that
lobbed
was
it up to them. Like,
yeah. And a guy named Andy called me from Nike, and he was like, "We don't know who you are, but you got our whole campus in a frenzy." And I'm freaking out. I get off the phone. I call everybody who thought I was crazy, and I was
Told
like,
you.
"It happened! Like, it actually happened." I wasn't even like on the "I told you" because I didn't want to like lower the frequency.
Better than not. Yeah, you're right.
But I just, everybody was happy for me, and I didn't know what was going to come out of it. But they wanted me to come to Beaverton, and so this is like me getting to physically walk through the manifestation I created. Like, I created this, and now I'm walking through it in real time, and I'm on campus, and like people on campus are like clapping for me, Charlie Rocket, and I'm like, what is going on? And the big executives walked me into a conference room, and I thought this was just gonna be like a cute little meet and greet, like a little feel good story. Let's tap the little filmmaker.
No, but you didn't. You knew.
I didn't, but I did. Sometimes I have to go back and forth from who I am because CEO Charlie knows what he's doing, but then Charlie Rocket, the dreamer, is just sometimes like mind blown by the possibilities
Right.
because CEO Charlie was mathematics. 1 + 1 = 2. Like, and it worked. If I pass out this many more CDs, if I wake up this early, boom, boom, boom. But Charlie Rocket is operating by 1 + 1 = 1,000. Like, this is like me like needing magic in order to pull off these big things. And now I realize both work. Both work.
You ready?